Hey, it's your girl, Miss P, and it's time to slay for Sunday, okay? If you can't tell by now, the theme is green. I'm wearing that cute little number back there for church today. I'm gonna do the dark with the light, okay? But as always, our elf cleaning, we shall get to it, okay? So, today, I want to talk about toxicity. And the reason for it is Mr. Only on his time. He decided to pop back up day before yesterday, whatever. I don't give a care. He decided to pop back up and disturb my world, pretty much. So, just in case you don't know, I'll give a little brief little summary. Just go check the story out as well. Basically, I was mentally and emotionally abused. and I'm not laughing because of that. It's just the things I have to do to get over it and get through it. My Lord. Like the hold, like it was so bad that when he said, come here, that's what I did. If he was having a bad day, he would call and make me have a bad day. Change my whole mood. Like my mom be like, what's wrong with you now? Like we was just laughing. What's wrong? And then after a while, she just realized, stop asking. Like he would mentally mess me up. And I allowed it in some instances. Like even when I started remembering, this don't seem right, this don't feel right. I still let it, control me. I would come to him anytime he say, whenever I needed him, I'll think about it. And then don't never get an answer. That kind of stupid shit. Making me feel less than. And yeah. And the biggest thing that really, well, not even just the biggest thing. The thing that pissed me off when we ended things was two things. First of all, finding out that 8 years of that turmoil and uckery, we weren't dating. That's what he said when we had the last shebang conversation. For 8 years, we were not dating, according to him. And I'm just not finding that. Okay. Then, I don't know which one hurt worse. Was when he was like, reason why I never was serious with you. A moment of silence for the bullshit. I think this was the worst one. The reason why he wasn't serious with me was because he didn't want me to die on him because of my sickness. Which I kinda understand now that my homeboy Tremaine has passed. Very suddenly, it's like, dang, you wasn't supposed to leave me here by myself. I get that. But it was the way in which he said it. It was one of those. Yeah, no. 8 years, you should know your answer by now. I'm sorry, I just cannot accept that. But whatever. That's what he said to my face. I'm like, okay. And then, along with dying, not having children. Never told him I couldn't have children. I can. I've had a miscarriage, so yeah. But he had his own preconceived notion of what was what. And I started feeling good, my bad. So, yeah. Yeah. Those conversations were very, and he would try to make it seem like they were sentimental conversations, because he would do it after we done it. So, and it's like, what do you do when you're laying there at 1 o'clock in the morning and he's sound asleep after having that kind of conversation? Yeah. Yeah. I wasn't about to drive back home. It was late. So you just lay there, don't you? And just not sleep and pray for morning so you can burn the fuck out of there. But what makes you keep going back? I still don't have the answer for that. I don't. Because every now and then, he still, I don't even want to say crossed my mind. It's just, yeah, he crossed my mind. But I'm slowly detoxing from that, so pray. Pray for me. I'm stronger and stronger each time he tries to pop up. Because this is not the first time. Well, this time he decides to pop up and try to make it seem as though I have hatred in my heart. And, I don't remember none of the F-ups that I did, which I'm not sure what they are either. I don't. So I was there for him. So I'm not sure what he mean by my F-ups. Okay. So yeah. He was like, hey, Miss Michelle, LOL. How are you? I simply said the fuck off. Back off. Like, that's what I did. Just back off. No. The mental state that I'm in right now, I do not need this. And it seemed like it happens right as I'm just like, F it. I'm going to stick with me, myself. I just got out of a relationship, technically. Hell, 2 months ago. So, yeah, like, I'm going to be me. I'm going to be rich auntie. That's what I'm going for. It always tends to happen, like, right as I'm like, yeah. And I don't know if it's just to see if I'm going to backslide, but I'm not. And so he was like, after I was like, just F off, please. You shouldn't have so much hatred in your heart. I don't hold on to the past. And, the Most High believes in forgiveness. The Most High believes in forgiveness. Okay. You're absolutely right. As I get ready for this Good Sunday, you're right. You're absolutely right. So at that moment, I took the time to breathe. The first time it didn't feel right. It was like, him coming in, that's what he does. He tried to seem like the more intellect between us two, which he's not. It's just, I heard somebody say one time, if she like you enough, she'll lie to herself. And that's what I was doing. Period. But yeah, he tries to seem like the smartest one out of us, and whatever. Like he's guiding me, and he's 30, and I'm 32. Boy, bye. Even though that don't mean nothing, I know. I'm just be on my side. So yeah, and I was like, you're absolutely right. To be honest with you, I have not thought about you, which I hadn't. So I was proud of myself about that. I had not. Did I? Let me be honest with you people. I think like one time I did, but out of the span of The last conversation we had was about 7, 8 months ago. Only one time. Yeah, I'm proud of myself. Like, period. Uh, and so yeah, I told him I was like, I had not thought about you. I forgot where I was in the story. Sorry. I had not thought about you nor the past because I had not. I was actually trying to get myself ready for the future and what I want to do with me myself, you know. And so I was like, I wish you all the best. This, that, and the other. Good luck to you. And then, as his true narcissistic ass self, yeah, I said it as self, I don't need luck. I'm not looking for what you think I'm looking for. You know, I was just, checking on you because life is short. Get off my phone. Life is short. Forget me. Forget me. That's what you need to do. That's like the best thing you can do to prolong your life at this point. Forget me. The friend. Oh. As you can see, sometimes he gets me flustered because it's just like I want to just, boy, you ain't smart. Smart enough to get me and be stupid though. So, woo, dagger to myself. And it's just, I don't know, just annoy me. Like, where did you come from? Why did you come? Why did you come around? What you bothering me for? What am I being bothered for? Hold on. I'm back. Okay. So, basically, I had to pull back out my book that helped me get over him. Okay? And it's, now, I'm not sponsored or none of that stuff like that. I'm just making a recommendation because we friends. Addicted to Pain by Renee Howard. It's like a interactive book. And yeah, I had to go through the steps to determine, what was going on. Like, why am I addicted? Why am I addicted to such things? Why am I steady hurting myself, pretty much? Because it does not feel okay. It does not. And it's like a 30-day step kind of thing. Yeah, it's like a 30-day step. So, just, I'll put the link down below because I got it off of Amazon. And, yeah. So, basically, some of the questions, we get into some of them. I'm getting ready. What were your fears and beliefs? So, I'm strong in my faith. So, that part was, like, not really an issue for me. That wasn't really a thing for me. Church girl, proud of it, okay with it. You know, in the choir, that kind of thing. So my beliefs was never a problem. However, it was my fears, especially during my senior year when I got, scleroderma. Scleroderma is where the immune system attacks itself. The story is down below. When I started declining in my health, that's when the fears started amping up. And so one of the fears I wrote down was dying before my life was really beginning. Because it's senior year, like, come on. Like, as soon as I'm getting ready to cross the stage, I'm dying. Like, and I've heard stories of such things, and on the actual date of graduate, like all that kind of stuff. I didn't want that for myself. I didn't, because still at that time we didn't know what was going on. So yeah, the uncertainty of living was, yeah, it was in the wings. And this was before I met that thing. Uh, so for him to reiterate it, it did sting. And so yeah. And then my other fear was being alone forever, which caused a lot of my bad relationships. I didn't want to be by myself for no, for the rest of my life. My mom is a single parent. My sister is a single parent. I want history repeating itself, you know. Even though they some good women, that's just the individuals that decided to move around, you know. So that was another fear of mine, because also I was 405 pounds. I knew didn't nobody want me, so I was like on my like precious type stuff, like being bullied and all of that, just a hot mess. And then my other fear was being accepted. Like, because I started getting sick, would I be accepted? And to answer that, no. Not at that time. All my friends left. Like, they felt like they were babysitting me. And it wasn't even that bad. Well, it started to get bad, yeah, but like, you my friend. I wouldn't have asked them to do too much out of their way, pretty much, because we was all still technically kids. We just got out of high school, like. And this is a hard hitting thing, but you only your friend like that, you know. You figure out a way to be there, especially if they have been there for you when they was healthy. So that's that on that. But yeah, so fear of being accepted the way I am, still kind of a problem to this day because of my insecurities and my sickness kind of deteriorated my body, you know, hence me needing dental work and all of that kind of stuff. So it was a lot. It was a lot. And then sitting through this evaluation, because I used this book to get over him. So technically I had to rewind to go forward. Rewind to go forward. And that's basically what it was. And then my biggest fear at the time, will I be all right or won't I? Because I'm the only one in my family that has the sickness. So, didn't nobody know what to, like, advice to do. Like, I have someone in my family that has lupus, but, and it's similar. It's similar, but not quite the same. So we didn't really think to ask them, you know, anything. Anything, and we're not really close with it. I'm not really close with family like that. So that's that on that. So I just wanted to know I was gonna be okay. Like, at the end of the day, I just want to be okay. And as you can see, I lived past the age of 17 when they said I would not. So obviously the odds was in my favor. But I wanted to be okay. And then another question was like, what could you have done differently in the beginning of the relationships? Do you think you moved too fast? Yeah. Like, what's those attachment issues? I had that because being bedridden for 4 years, right out of high school, after having all the activities of your limbs, and a shutdown like that, whatever I can hold on to, I was trying to hold on to it, whether it was good or bad. And I have to admit that, good or bad, I was like, ooh, someone's here, someone's here, someone's here. You know, Heart and Here's a Who. We are here, we are here. That's what I felt like I had to keep reminding people, I am here, you know. Like, don't forget about me. And it just kept being a constant thing of asking for consideration, you know, asking for good communication. It became a quote at the end of the day, a motto. That's why at the end of my videos, I be like, be kind, be considerate, but be you. But it's, you know, add consideration to your life. Because a lot of people need it, you know. And it's not always you explaining yourself. It's just, you know, hey, this, that, and the other. So, yeah, I was moving too fast in all my relationships. I just wanted happiness, and I knew I could give it because it played over and over in my head. You know, being bedridden that whole time. I know what to do to keep someone happy in my mind, you know. But then I had to consider my feelings. Like, how can I express to them, hey, this is how I feel, you know. Not just, I had to add my personal feelings onto it as well. Like, it can't just be about that person. And I learned that in a very bad way. Remembering myself was very hard throughout my relationships. Like, seriously. Because I was just happy someone was here. So I wanted to keep them happy. So they would stay. And they did not. So, whose fault is that? Mine and theirs. I'm not taking sole responsibility. Because sometimes I saw the signs. So, again, I just wanted someone to be there. Now, they ask about your childhood in this book. Kenneth is my father. I know him. I know my dad. We're friends on Facebook. However, we don't talk. Yeah. He had the guts enough to add me as a friend, but can't talk to me. Okay. And so, thinking about the toxicity in that, like, my dad, and I'm probably going to end up on a tangent, so we're just going to go and close that book and put it back where it was, because it's seeming to dig up some things for me. But we're going to go ahead and talk about him, because I said I wasn't going to do it, but I'm here. I am here now. My dad used to come around as a friend of the family. My mom's friend, you know, which was fine. You know, he's 6'2", big man. My dad's a big man. I have legs for days because of him. I got long legs. I'm tall. About 7.5. Give me my half. But if you see me, I look very elongated, I guess. I don't know shit. But yeah. So he was around as a friend of the family. Come around, hang out with me and my sister, toss us around, pick us up. Very fun, manly things, you know. And so my sister was like, oh, I wish he was our dad. Cool beans, you know. Us not knowing anything, trust me, we didn't know anything. We just really thought he was a friend of the family. So then, after a while, he like slowed down on coming around. It's like, okay, another one of mommy's friends gone in the wind. Either they owed them something. Like, my mom's friends used to be not shit because they didn't know how to be there for her, but she was always there for them, period. Just like I am now, even though I finally found a good best friend. Old best friend story down, you know, in my archive. But I finally found someone who can match my energy. But my mom, her friends, swing and a miss, to be honest with you. That's my personal opinion, and if they have a problem with it, I really don't care. I'm grown. And that's what I've seen outside looking in. If she feel like they friends to her, okay, that's up. Anywho, so yeah, he just disappeared after a while, and it's like, oh, okay, another one bites the dust. And yeah, so fast forward, I go through life, I go through bullying, I go through bad relationships, I go through teasing, I go through a whole bunch of fighting back classes, back classes, mental issues, hospitalizations, institutionalized behavior schools, alternative schools. I know I sounded bad, but I really was not bad. I was misunderstood. And I'm sticking to it. I was misunderstood. I wasn't real bad like that. I wasn't fighting or nothing like that. I was just misunderstood. For real, for real. Like, I'm coping with that answer better than just going off on everybody who antagonized me as a child. Anyways. Oh, and then some of them I see how they're doing now. Puts me at peace. I'm at peace. Anywho, so fast forward through life, I get into high school, 17 years old. My mom comes and picks me up. And then she takes me around the corner to the local Burger King that's next to my school. Could have went further out, for real, like seriously. Pick me up, take me around the corner. I'm like, what are we doing here? Like, I'm ready to go home. And the Burger King is by the school. Students from school is there as well. Because they got money for after school activities. So, I'm like, what? We go inside. I see a familiar face. What is happening here? And I'm like, where my sister at? Because he hurt both of us. He left. He the only, like, man around, too. What you want? That's what I was feeling. And then they had the nerve to commence to tell me, this is your father. Lucas, I am your father. Like, what? I just got out of school, girl. I got homework today. Stop playing games. Nah, yeah. So, that's how I found out at the Burger King after school. And then, of course, students are looking. Have some ask me the next day. Like, damn, y'all could have done it on a Friday. Let them stop thinking about me over the weekend. I'm already got attention to myself because I'm 405 pounds and dark. So, that happened. He drove me home while she drove home in the other car so we could have a moment. But only for him to disappear again. And I ain't blaming this. I'm not putting it with my relationships. It could have a factor. I don't know. I'm not going to therapy for that. I don't give a shit. But for him to catch ghosts again and then having there to come back with an attitude, talking about a DNA test. Couldn't we have done this before? Before. Not a problem. Just know you owe arrears. Home chick was taken care of. Got my prom dress and everything. Don't play with me. So we did the DNA test. Nah. I'm yours. Hey, boo. Hey, seriously. Could have done this before y'all even bothered me with this. Then, I low-key kind of felt bad because my sister wanted him as a dad. I ain't think about him like that. I was just like, it's a big man. Let's crawl on him. Like, that's all I was thinking during that time. So, to find out he was my father, it's like, damn. Hey, girl, I took your dad. Like, I don't know. Like, we got past it, though, but, yeah. She know who her father is as well, so back up off my mama. She know who her daddy is. But yeah, so got the DNA test done. I got some insurance. I got, my prom dress, like I said. I was like, okay, this is what you want to do. But he still wasn't around. Like, money is cool, but he still wasn't around. So, give me one moment while I get my shadow together and take a breather because I'm getting flustered. One moment. And we're back. Okay, so then he decided to visit every once in a big blue moon. Big blue. Big blue boo. Big blue moon. As in, I can tell you when he visited, when he came to visit and what it was for. So, 2 times he came to see me at the church because he wasn't allowed to come to my home where me and my mom lived. Wonder why? So this is around the time that I find out, because I'm old enough now to fully understand the full capacity of what is happening. My father is a lying, cheating son of a... He cheated on his wife with my mother. That's why he could not be present. Oh, Joy, I'm beautiful. Oh, no. My mother did not know. She ain't no side piece. No source of, because she did not know. I asked both of them, and he was like, no, she did not know. So, back about my mama once more again. It was all him. Floozy. Man. So, yeah. And yeah, he decided to do that. Pick up my mama and step outside of his domain. Which he has done before, but I just so happen to be the proof and the nail in the coffin for their marriage. I'm a beautiful nail at that. Anywho. So yeah, that's why he couldn't come to my mom's home. So I would meet him at my church. Each time he would bring $100, like he was paying tithes. And yeah. Then he came one Christmas Sunday, the big red suit on, mind you, he's 6'2". Gave me a watch and $100. And then he left out. And it was during service. So, again, steady embarrassing me without words. And everybody like, who is that? Because we ain't told nobody at the church. You don't tell everybody at the church. You don't tell everybody at the church, man. But lo and behold, of course, he decided to spill the word himself in a big red suit. Kissed me on the forehead. Gave me the watch and $100 and walked smooth out during service. Extra ass. Extra. So it's like, oh, okay. Thanks. And then, yeah, that was pretty much it. It was always like that. Like, that was it. So one day I was at a family function. And not even my family. It was just people, somebody else's family. My nephew, my youngest nephew's side of their family invited us over and we went, blended family kind of thing. And it just felt so family. That day was fun. It felt oriented, family everywhere, from corner to the window to the wild. So I decided to call him and go out. Like, what the hell is wrong with you? I'm at the age where you can call me yourself. I can meet you myself. Like, what's up? He said, I'm sorry. But, I understand you're upset. However, today is not a good day. Your sister has decided to take herself to glory. My sister, mind you, my sister, the one who got on my nerves and I got on her nerves, was at this event with me. So I'm like, how dare you call this woman my sister and you won't even let me meet anything over there. But at the same time, I'm going to say, what that got to do with me? And what I'm calling you about? And then at another time, it's like, damn, I could have been there for my sister. Like, girl, the things that popped up in my head, I was like, I could have been there for her. Like, I don't know if I would have. Hold on. I got to sneeze. Excuse me. Bless me. Like, I don't know if I could have helped 100%, but damn, like, I don't know. It really just got on my nerves. Like, it did. It pissed me off. So, did that stop me from going out? No. Again, it has nothing to do with me. Sorry for your loss. Tell that thing over there, because at the end of the day, she's a mother. So I can only, and then the way it happened. I'm not that cruel. I think my private thoughts will give you pause. How about that? But I was like, my condolences to you, but you still forgetting about me, and I have a problem with that. I'm at the age where you can contact me yourself. So once you get past this, this is my number. Did he call me? Hell no. Still haven't to this day. Still have not to this day. I reached out to him a couple of years ago because his birthday is January the 19th. My birthday is January 28th. Why we not celebrating together? Because I've asked to take him out. I was even willing to move my work schedule and pay for it. I was going to pay for it. Let me take you out. I even did that for Father's Day. Still no response. So, I'm done with the efforts. My mom always asks me, have you told your dad happy birthday? For the last 2 years, I've told her no. And that's what I've done. Not said nothing. Why? For why? To keep getting ignored? What the hell I deal with that in my relationships? And there is where the correlation is, my friends. Only on his time. And I didn't even see it, all the time. It was just one of those things of, yeah. And I've coped with it, It's like, okay, I see him post, going on cruises, family gatherings in his backyard that he just remodeled. Yeah. It sounded like a little animosity in my throat. It is. I'm upset. Very angry. But I'm okay. I've still gotten far, with or without. It's just unfortunate that that's what he decides to do. But he got to answer for that when he meets his maker. Blah, blah, blah. But yeah, so I don't know. I can't answer for everybody. And I did want a relationship with him at one point, but now I don't. I don't give a shit. I don't care to, you know. And if his wife, is keeping him, from being in my life, she got to answer for that as well. Double time, because she's a minister. Mm-hmm. And my mom is a minister. So I know the protocols and stuff, when it comes to certain things and forgiveness and, anger shouldn't be at me, ma'am. I did nothing but slide into life by the graces of God. And I'm still here. So when I do have my child, he won't be able to see his grandchild. When I do have my wedding, he will not be invited. He'll be updated via Facebook. Like I've been updated via Facebook. Like that's how I feel. If he reach out to me, I'm willing to listen. But he has to have like a really good explanation for some things. Because again, I was 17 when everything came out. So obviously I had to pass 20. I had to pass 25. I had to pass 30. I'm 32. And you still, ain't reached out. Yep, that's not on me. And the crazy part is, he sent me a picture of his daughter, my sister. We look alike. She's just a brighter version. And her mama's features, for sure. Oh, my God. I know I'm not one to talk, but beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Nah. I don't know what that lady looked like, to be honest with you. I know what she looked like, but I have not studied her face because it's just all I know is that's the woman that's keeping my daddy from me. So, yeah, that's that thing over there. How Ebony say that lady? That's that lady. She gonna answer for it later on in life. Poor thing. But I'm gonna say something. Y'all don't judge me when I say this. I do wonder if she goes to glory first, would he reach out to me then? As a child in this situation, I see no wrong with wondering that. That's just how I feel. Would he make an effort then? But who knows? Who knows? Who knows? Would I accept it then? Because he would, again, so you had to wait for real and you the man of your house? Ooh. Like, that's how I feel. You really put me on the back burner because you couldn't be man in your own house. Okay. Duly noted. Very much so noted. Anywho, that's that on that. But y'all will be proud of me. I blocked him the original person of this store that I went down this little hole. Only on his time, I blocked him. You're not about to vex my life and where I am right now. I can't afford that right now. Like, if something was to lose, no, could not. I can't afford for him to affect me in no kind of way. I made too much progress, you know? Like, to even, that's too much. Like, myself will really be mad at me. Because it just took a lot to get out of that mental hole. Like, seriously. It took a lot. I think that's why he triggered me so much. Like, just, I got to talk about people who have such strongholds on them from other people, and then I ended up in it. So it's like a real defeat for me. Because my old best friend was like in toxic and like relationships. And I was letting her know the 411 only for me to get into one. Nice, right? Anyways. Life is gonna get better. I just knew it. But on another note, we're done with the topic for today, which is toxicity. Be aware, be alert. Don't lie to yourself. Write it down. Keep your peace. On another note, though, I started watching Law and Order Organized Crime. First of all, can we just go ahead and admit Detective Stabler is still fine? Homeboy's still fine. He can get it just like Bruce Willis, okay? They can say, hello, is it me you're looking for? Hell yeah. That's how I feel. Fine still. And he's not just angry anymore. He has emotions. Just finally with emotions too. Oh. Along the lines of the toxicity topic. I don't know. So basically, y'all need to start watching it because I'm gonna start talking about it. I'm only on I finished season 1, so we can ready to do a little summary real quick. Because I need something to talk about and something done. So basically, Detective Stabler, as y'all know, before they dispersed from SVU, his wife passed. Now, the wife that they displaying in the show is not the same short-haired lady that was in the other show, but it's cool. It's cool. Or is it? I might be getting Bones and them mixed up because, his wife passed too. I think I did. Okay, we gonna scoot back. Some. Anyway, his wife has passed. Elliot, the youngest one, is in his teens, late teens, like 19, maybe about to be 20. But yeah, but his wife passed because somebody put a hit out on his wife, right? Keep following. I'm gonna try to say it in order because I don't have no notes or nothing, but I want to talk about it, so bear with me. So his wife passed. It was a hit put out on her, this, that, and the other. So, of course, he got to solve the case. Well, this mafia dude, Richard Sr., we're going to say that. No, because we can't. Yeah, we can do that. Richard Sr., he's the head mob boss. He just got out of jail. Not too long ago after that, because Detective Stabler is on the case. He's trying to figure out who, put the hit out on his wife. He want to know. He has to know. We must know. Okay? So, us needing to know this information, he sat up there and, started following everything. And he thought he was the mob boss at first. But he's like, no, I didn't do this, that, and the other. I just got out. It's not like you don't have connects, raw, all that kind of stuff. Well, lo and behold, he say he was going to help him try to figure it out. Because he ain't got nothing to do with it. He say, I ain't got nothing to do with it. I just got out. I wouldn't have done that. Well, his son, Richard, decides to basically kill him to take over his spot. He wanted to be the head honcho. So he got ahead and get rid of him because he called him something that he didn't really like. Either way, he was whining about it. So, and then, of course, either way, he still wanted to be over everybody. So, win-win, lose-lose, whatever. Well, he got rid of the father, killed him on the Ferris wheel, which I think is just disrespectful. Children beyond that. But anywho, did that. Then turned around and got his son involved with the business. Okay, the son's name is Richie. And so things are progressing. The ex-wife. So you got Richard, and then you got Richie. You got the ex-wife. You got the sister of Richie. And then another son that has passed. Rafiq. That was his name, Rafiq. I think. Don't judge me. So, he passed away by somebody took him out. And the mom, of course, is upset. And Richard is her husband, ex-husband. And she like, we need to find out who did this, that, and the other. He decides to blame Detective Stabler. And so because the ex-wife was grieving so much, she's the one who put the hit out on the wife. But before anybody finds all this out, right, Detective Stabler is investigating her son's taking outness. And so she's working with him to solve her son's situation, but the whole time she thinks it was Detective Stabler who did it. Well, as things progress, of course, Detective Stabler is having his grieving problems and, I miss my lady, this, that, and the other. He decides to confide in the ex-wife, the mother. And they end up having this sentimental moment. She understands him because she has lost a loved one. She's tapping into his emotions, understanding where he is. And as the investigation is going on, they're getting, they're technically, because it was consensual, they both was getting closer and closer. Like, super close. As in, made out on the rooftop, which I thought was very weird because that was exposed, knowing that her ex-husband, Richard, was crazy. That man was crazy. He was finding people we didn't even think can be found. Like, that's how crazy he was. And making things happen. Like, he was taking people out for fun. And if you blinked wrong, hell, you was just a snitch off rip. So, he was just taking out people left and right. So, yeah, she was very exposed with that makeout session. I will say that. Be very exposed. I'm showing a little eye at the same time. Killing birds with some stones. So they end up making out, and he was like, no, I'm not supposed to be doing this. This is not robbed. Fine. They go back to professionalism. But the ex-husband gets an inkling that this is happening. So he does his subliminal threats, because again, Stabler is an officer, so he can't really threat, but he's threatening, you know. Stay away from my wife. Stay away from my family. All of that kind of stuff. But in a mob boss kind of way. Stay away from my family. You don't want to, you know, that kind of thing. Subliminal threats and stuff that's not direct. Because again, Stabler is an officer. You cannot be doing that. You can't threaten officers. So that ends up happening. I feel like my colors are not on strong enough. So that ends up happening. And of course, he like, I'll stay away from her for now, you know, kind of thing. Because he started feeling her. So basically, he felt like he was going to be with her at the end of all of this. So then, Richie gets a girlfriend. Undercover cop at the club, basically. He ends up liking her. He go through some kind of battle war between him and another dude that was making out with her deliberately, as in she was looking at Richie while she was making out with the other dude, and then turned around, followed him outside, and made out with him like, yeah, I choose you, kind of thing. Trying to get close to the family, of course. But it worked, which I was like, oh, okay. I guess. That would have been suspicious to me if I was in the mob and you just made out with this dude and now all of a sudden you picking me because you see who my daddy is, you know. I would have had questions. But hey, I'm not in it, so let them have it. And so he ends up getting a girlfriend. The dad decides to put her through a test to see if he could sleep with her, basically. See if she would portray the son, I guess. She passed the test for a little bit. Everything is fine. She's at the family functions. Woo, 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 woo. But at the family functions, of course, she still has to do her job and plant bugs in these people's houses. Well, she didn't do such a great job because they saw her on camera. They tell Richie, hey, your girlfriend is a rat. Rat-tat-tat-tat-tootie, okay? You need to get your bones. Take her out. You got to do it. Unless you want your sister to cover it up. I don't know why I'm going country, because it's not country at all. Just feeling it in my bones, I guess. Basically, do your sister have to take care of it like she always do? You know, you need to get your bones. Do you want to be in this family or not? All of that kind of stuff. It's like, oh, okay. So you gonna make him do this knowing that he just slept with this girl. So his Peter Walker is kind of like entangled with her. He's confused. Okay, not a problem. But Richie does it. He goes out to the bars. Look over yonder. That whole spiel. Look over yonder. Just do it. Okay? She ends up turning around and looking at him anyway. And she was getting ready to explain to him what was up. But the bodyguard came through. And the bodyguard was supposed to be working with the police because he had just got released. And he agreed to work with them. But he was like, I got to earn, you know, my place. He got to be able to trust me so I can get information for y'all, kind of thing. Some things are going to happen. She ain't have to die, but whatever. Richie does it, and it turns out to be the chief of police best friend, of course, who works over Detective Stabler. And so, yeah, they don't find her at all for a while. And then something happens. Let me think. Give me a moment. Brain fart. They did a sting operation, basically. I know what happened. So, digress. Detective Stabler finds out via the husband that the ex-wife is, while his wife is passed, she the one that put out the hit. He snitched on his wife, ex-wife. Which, of course, sends Detective Stabler in a spiral because he was just making out with the lady on the roof. So, to get back in his good graces, as well as the ex-wife is tired of him, because after doing thorough investigation, the husband, ex-husband, is the one who killed her son. Oh my God. For why, you ask? He wanted to be a part of that family shenanigans stuff. He wanted to live a regular life and do what he wanted to do. And because she had custody of him, he had custody of the daughter in Richie. So, yeah, just basically messing up this lady's world for his own personal situation. Yes, I can drink cold coffee because I like iced coffee as well. It's the same. Just no ice. Anywho, yeah, so this would, he decides to, yeah, he took the son out because he didn't want to be a part of none of that hot mess that he had going on at the crib. Anyway, so she's like, he did what? He did what? Girl, you know who you got with. Look what he doing. He's steady doing it in front of you, left and right. And mind you, she was flirting with him the whole time, I guess, to have the finances to get everything taken care of. I don't know, but home chick was straddling the fence. But if you ask me, and he had another woman at the time, and you still making out with this man, like seriously. But whatever keeps you afloat. Hold on, I gotta concentrate. Stop breathing with me. I'm sorry, y'all. Oh, I got something in my eye, Lord. Lord, protect my eyes. Sometimes you gotta stop breathing when you do it. You probably don't, but I do. So sorry. I have to concentrate. Anywho, clean it up. So they did a sting operation. Thanks to the ex-wife, she decides to help Detective Stable and them set the man up to get under arrested. And it worked. So the son decides to the son ended up getting arrested. Sorry. The son ended up getting arrested too. And that's when they discover the undercover officer. So the chief comes to the son and lets him know the 411. We knew what was going on. She was actually trying to save you. You didn't have to do that. You did not deserve her friendship, her kindness, her niceness, her nothing. And he like, I don't want to talk. I don't want to talk. I don't want to talk. He looked super guilty. Just super guilty because he had to find out she really loved him. He loved her, and she was trying to save him from getting in trouble with his daddy. Just told the son up all the way. He started crying. All that kind of stuff. And it was like, man, the emotions in this. I ain't gonna even lie. The emotions that is in the show, I ain't gonna tell you how it ends. Because, for one, I forgot. I know Detective Sabler was screaming out he needed help. But I'm not sure what. I forgot. It's been about 2 days since I watched it. And no, it's been about 3 days since I watched it, the full season, and I'm getting ready to go to season 2. So next Slay on a Sunday, I will have the ending of that. But that way you can catch up with me. How about that? Catch up with me. Law and Order Organized Crime, because I am going to be talking about it. It is a good show. I haven't watched, Olivia pops up every once in a while. She do. She like, I'm still here. I'm your boss. I'm just playing. She still pops up, so that's that on that. And, yeah, she just pops up. Oh, he loves her. Everybody kind of knew that, honestly, because I seen some reviews on it. I didn't know he was in love with her like that, though. Like, I don't see it, because the wife that he had and had all them children with 5 kids at that don't seem like what Olivia looks like. And he was married to her before him and Olivia like met like that. So the way they made it seem like he was in love with her more than his wife. He just so happened chance end up with his wife. Like the way they made it seem was real like, dang. When did like that deep of an emotion come about? Cause like in Bones with Princess and oh boy, you could tell like it was growing over time. But Olivia and Stabler, they just kept arguing about his attitude and what he was doing wrong. So I was just like, okay, that deep of a love that he wrote a letter to her. Don't get me wrong. I like it when men write letters because that mean they actually sat down and thought about stuff. But yeah, no, I never saw them like that at all. So people like it was clear, it was obvious. No, it was not. But okay, she kept him in line. That seemed like a great coworker. Keep you in line, but that's about it. So hold on real quick. Let me do some housekeeping, and we're back. So that was my little TV talk, I guess you can say. Now, current events. I feel like it's a lot going on, personally, that is distracting us from something. I'm not sure as of what. I've been trying to look, but dealing with personal issues and, I haven't really invested the time into figuring out what it is that is just being distracting. That's distracting us basically from what's going on. Because every day now it's been some kind of pop news or industry stuff. But what's really happening in America? And it's fun to watch the gossip. But what is happening in the environment? Are we going to be okay? Do we need to prepare for something? What is happening? Hell, even the war or the bombings and stuff like that. Slowly stop hearing about that. and when we was getting daily reports of what was happening, whether it was good or bad. You know, of course the news is still being told, but when one news is louder than the other, you know. I don't know if that's a good thing. So, one moment. I'm back. Sorry about that. So, yeah, when one news is louder than the other, start paying attention to the quieter news. I said I was going to do that this week. Was go through and watch the news for global and local. Because everybody, you know, local news is for them, local. But I want to see what's going on around me. That way, you know, no matter the plans that I have for myself, hold on, I ain't trying to pull too much. I did this all wrong, but it's okay. There we go. Yeah. So just take a moment to look at your local news. I know, depending on your area, it's always something sad happening. But sometimes it's good to know, you know. It's always good to know. Elections, cases, all of that kind of stuff. Because it affects you whether you believe it or not. Even if you don't see it directly, it can still affect you. Especially if you have like family members in the areas that are being affected. Just stay up to date, pretty much. I'm not here to lecture. This is a public service announcement. Just check out your local news at least once a week, just so you can be in the know. Be in the know. Okay, so a little ghetto hack, okay? Spoiled on the budget. Okay, so I haven't bought me a new setting spray yet, which I'm fine with, but that has nothing to do with what I'm talking about. I have Pump It Up spray for my hair. However, the bottle, because of my strength, is sometimes I can't pump, okay? So, because I still have my old setting spray bottle, I used it to put my Pump It Up in. And now I can pump it up. Let's recycle people if we can. Pretty much that was the announcement. Let's recycle if we can. Let's go get these radio. I'm not ready to clean now yet. Let it pump it up dry a little bit while we put on our Diva lashes. Okay, so this is what the full pack looks like. I will put the link down again below. It's in the other video as well. But this is what it looks like. This is the brand. I will put the link down below. I will put the link down below, okay? And I actually have some more. This is my second pack. And I actually have some coming May the 1st. So it's like I'm not without. It's a good subscription to have on Amazon, for real. Because as you can see, I'm just now opening up this one. And I have 2 more on the way. So as it goes along, because it's 2 months in between. Because sometimes I reuse my lashes and sometimes I don't. So it just depends on my mood and how dirty the other ones are. If I didn't put that much glue on them and it's like, oh, okay, cool. But if it got too much glue, I feel like there's just an infection waiting to happen. And your eyeballs just be like. So, can't do that because the light was blinding me, so I need my mirror. As you can see, we let the glue dry. And it shall apply. Let the glue dry and it shall apply. Long day ahead, so gotta make sure it stay on there. Excuse me. Now, some camera etiquette I'm working on, so don't judge the whole putting it on my bad, you know. My sorries. Also, I'm not editing. I don't edit or none of that stuff. Just a quick little reminder. I'm not going to keep saying it every time, but this is my first time, you know, this is my second time third time technically, doing a makeup video. Second time this year. But I'm still not editing anything. Y'all gonna see me in my raw form. When I pause it, I'm usually cleaning up or resetting myself. I do have a disability, so sometimes I gotta take a breather, especially when I talk about topics that pisses me off. As well as I do deal with depression, so when I reiterate or revisit something, it be knocking like, girl, are we gonna be upset this week? No, we're not. We're gonna be okay. Gather myself, and then, yeah, we'll be okay. Be okay. As you can see, the lace is still with me. Second time doing a lace for the first time. Second time doing lace. Last time I did a lace was, that was on my first makeup video from a long time ago. That was my first time doing a lace. So if you go to that video, you'll see that lace is like a little different than this one. A little bit different than this one. So this time we do want the Sunday curls because slay on a Sunday. This is what we're doing. I think I'm going to be doing this more often, the slay on a Sunday. Because during the week, I do try to get ready for work. That Monday that I did that video, I was, had a very stressful Monday when I got to work. I got cussed out by a student, threatened. I got blamed for the passing of her children. I got blamed for being jealous, envious, hating, trying to stop her bag and stop her future. Yeah. It was a lot put up on me. And in that video, I seemed so happy. But by that afternoon, by the time I got off work, I cried so much that day. Like, the stuff the lady was saying, honestly, only the devil could have known, because what she was saying was like stuff I would have told my homegirl, not necessarily some stranger. And the fact that she was so detailed about it and very harsh and very matter of fact, yeah, it messed with my mental a little bit last week. So, yeah. Because I wanted to do a video again, because I enjoyed myself the last time. But that day drained me all the way around. So, all I can say is pray for that lady. She is going through something mentally. Um, but yet she decided to use her mental to attack me. She said I look like somebody who would backstab her, who has backstabbed her and stole her man. I was like, oh, she went far. Like, she really did. And she actually did say that. She said I took a lot of things from her. I've never met the lady a day in my life. So, I'm not sure where she was going with that. Either way, pray for it because something really was not right. Once I took myself and my personal hurt out of it, it was one of those things of, like my church say, take a look around. Someone's doing just a little worse than you are. And even though I'm having my own personal battles and stuff like that, she is doing worse than I am because at least I have my faculties to a certain extent to handle things in a better fashion. I think I said that very well. Pat myself on the back. But yeah, so this is the look for today. I'm getting ready to, of course, bring these girls on down, but we're going to keep the Sunday curls for sure. We're going to keep them because it is Sunday slay day. Slaying on a Sunday, whatever we said at first, we're going to stick with it. And yeah. Hope everyone have a wonderful day. Be kind. I forgot I didn't even blend this out. Be considerate. We can do it as we go, right? Please be considerate. Like, seriously. Please. Like, the consideration is technically needed at this point in life. Be considerate. It hurts nobody, I promise you. It hurts not a soul. To be just a piece of considerate. I'm trying to choose my blush choice. Blush choice. Be considerate. I'm prolonging it so I can give y'all the finished look. But be you. Because, honey, that's all you can do. Bye.